Okay, the next topic is the factoring methods. So factoring methods will be a great help in solving the rational expressions, in simplifying rational expressions, and also in uh, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication of rational expressions. So what are those factoring methods? The factoring methods, we have the common monomial, the DTS, or the difference of two squares. So difference of two squares, the counterpart of this is the product of sum and difference and the special products. SDTC, or the sum and difference of two cubes. So the counterpart of this is the cube of a binomial. And then we have the PST, or the perfect square trinomial. So the perfect square trinomial, the counterpart, or the from the special products, is the squaring of binomial. And then the last one, the trial and error method, which is the counterpart of the FOIL method. Okay, so let us start with the common monomial. So papaano ba siya nasosolve? So for example, we have the given 2x squared y plus 4xy squared minus 6xy. So, ang una mong pipiliin, or ang una mong gagawin, is to find the common factor or the common term in the given. So, common, lahat sila, 2, 4, and 6 are all divisible by 2. So, therefore, ang ating GCF, or the greatest common factor, is 2. So, for the variable, ang pipiliin naman natin dyan is yung pinakamaliit na exponent. So, for the x, ang pipiliin natin is yung x lamang kasi x squared. So, again, pipiliin natin kung alin ang may pinakamaliit na exponent. So, we will write x. And for the y, so since meron tayong y squared, and then we have the y and y here in the first and second and the third terms. So, ang ating GCF will be 2xy. So, common monomial. Ibig sabihin, hahanap tayo ng common na monomial na i-divide natin doon sa mga terms or doon sa polynomial na given. So, we will start dividing 2x squared y by 2xy. So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. X squared divided by x. So, based from the rules of exponent, kapag nag-divide, mina-minus lang natin yung exponent niya. So, 2 minus 1 is 1. And then, y divided by y is also equal to 1. So, ang naiwan na lamang is the value of x. Next, plus 4xy squared. 4xy squared divided by 2xy. So, 4 divided by 2 is 2. X divided by x is 1. So, y squared divided by y is y. So, 4xy squared divided by 2xy is equal to x plus 2y. Next, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And then, parehas siya na xy din yung ating monomial. So, therefore, ang ating factors are 2xy times x plus 2y minus 3. So, para malaman mo kung tama ang sagot mo, i-distribute mo ulit ito pabalik. So, distribute natin yung 2xy by x at saka 2y and by 3. So, babalik at babalik siya doon sa kanyang original na polynomial. Another example. So, we have 16x squared y cubed minus 32x cubed y squared plus 4x squared y. Okay. So, we have the given 16x squared y cubed minus 32x cubed y squared plus 4x squared y. So, ang una natin gagawin, hanapin natin yung common number. And based from the 16, 32, and 4, their common is 4. So, greatest common factor ang ating hahanapin ng ibig sabihin, yung ating kukuhaning common monomial, pwede nating i-divide lahat ng nandun sa given natin. So, hindi naman pwedeng 16 kasi 16 cannot be divided, 4 cannot be divided by 16. So, yung 32 pwede pa. 32 divided by 16 is equal to 2. Pero yung 4 divided by 16, ang magiging sagot niyan is fraction. So, we can't use 16 as the greatest common factor. So, dito sa given natin, 16, 32, and 4, the factor na pwede natin i-divide sa lahat is equivalent sa 4. Okay. So, again, gaya na sabi ko kanina, kapag pipili ka sa exponent, so hanapin mo yung may pinakamababang exponent. So, for the x, variable x, ang pinakamababa natin is x squared. So, we have x squared. And for the y variable, ang pinakamababa natin is y. Okay. So, we have now the common monomial which is 4x squared y. So, divide natin yung ating given polynomials doon sa ating greatest common factor. So, 16x squared y cubed divided by 4x squared y. So, 16 divided by 4 is 4. X squared divided by x squared is equal to 1. And y cubed divided by y is y squared. Next, 32 divided by 4, negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8. Then, x cubed divided by x squared is x. Y squared divided by y is y. And then, we have the 4x squared y. 4x squared y divided by 4x squared y is equal to positive 1. So, therefore, our common monomial is the factors of 16x squared y cubed minus 32x cubed y squared plus 4x squared y is 4x squared y times 4y squared minus 8xy plus 1. So, again, ang una natin gagawin kapag common monomial, hanapin kung alin yung pinaka mababang number na may i-divide mo lahat ng given terms sa polynomial. So, yun yung isang technique para makuha mo yung common monomial. The next one is the DTS or the difference of two squares. So, kanina, dun sa ating lesson sa special products, ang pinakamadaling kuhanin ang product ay yung product of sum and difference. Dito naman sa factoring, yun naman ang pinakamadaling i-factor out. For example, we have the given x squared minus 16. So, x squared minus 16. Ang unang gagawin dyan, get the square root of x squared. So, kuhanin yung square root ng x squared or i-factor out yung x squared. So, we have x. Then, dito ulit ay x. Next, get the factors of 16. So, ang 16 is equivalent sa 4, equivalent sa 4. And then, just put plus or minus. And those are the factors of x squared minus 16. So, kailan mo malalaman na ang gagamitin mo ay difference of two squares? So, first, look at the first and second term. Kapag parehas siya na perfect square, ibig sabihin, ganito ang kanyang magiging factor. So, for example, another example, we have 16m squared minus 121. So, ang technique dito, kailangan sa ulo mo at least hanggang 20 na square root is squared. So, hanggang 20, pwede na yon. So, 16, ano ba ang factors ng 16m squared? So, we have 4m. Another one, we have the 4m. Next. So, what are the factors of 121? So, 121, ang kanyang square root is 11. So, we have 11 here and 11 also here. And then, again, we will put the plus sign and the minus sign. So, those are the steps on how to solve or how to get the factors of a binomial with a perfect square. So, ang tawag diyan ay DTS or difference, factoring by difference of two squares. So, again, ulitin ko, just get the square root of the first term. So, pag naghiwalay natin, we have the 4m and 4m. So, 4 times 4 is 16. M times m is m squared. And then, kinuha natin ang square root ng 121. So, nakuha natin is 11. So, 11, pinaghiwalay lang natin yung dalawa. So, 11 times 11 is 121. And then, just copy the, just put the plus sign or the minus sign. Another example. So, halimbawa naman, 25 n to the 6 minus 16 m 8. Okay. So, kung mapapansin mo, mahirap i-distinguish kung siya ay perfect square. Pero based from the number, ang 25 and 16 are perfect square numbers. So, ang gagawin mo lang dun sa may exponent, tingnan mo kung yung given exponent is divisible by 2. Kung siya ay divisible by 2, therefore, siya ay pwedeng gamitin para sa difference of two squares. So, what is the square root of 25? So, we have 5. So, 6, yung ano natin, yung exponent natin ng n is 6 divided by 2, we have cube. And then, for 16, square root of 16 is 4. Then, the exponent of m is 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Then, just copy plus sign and another one, 5n cube minus 4m to the 4th. So, those are the examples of difference of two squares. Okay, kanina, ang diniscuss ko is how to solve the difference of two squares. So, ngayon naman, I will discuss the sum and difference of two cubes. And kanina rin, I said that you need to memorize at least 20 numbers, 20 squares of numbers from 1 to 20. So, ngayon naman, I will tell you to memorize the cube root of numbers from 1 to 15. At least from 1 to 15. Okay. So, the first thing na dapat natin gawin in getting the factors of a cube is identify natin, perfect cube ba yung first term? Perfect cube ba yung second term? So, dun mo lang malalaman kung ano ba yung factoring method na gagamitin mo. Kasi, kanina dun sa ating difference of two squares, perfect square naman siya. Dito naman, ang kailangan mong isipin is kung siya ay perfect cube. So, ang 8 is equivalent to 2 times 2 times 2. And then, we have the x, the equivalent yan is x times x times x. So, now we will get, una natin gagawin is to get the cube root of the first term. Ang cube root ng x cube is equivalent to x. Then, just copy the sign and then get the cube root of h which is 2. Okay. So, dito, ang technique dito, kailangan tama yung iyong binomial. Bakit? Kasi, doon sa binomial, doon nakasalala yung susunod mong factors. Okay. So, ang sunod natin ay trinomial, ibig sabihin tatlo. Kasi, ang factors ng ganitong numbers ay isang binomial and also isang trinomial. Okay. So, for the trinomial, ang gagawin natin is square the first term. What is the first term? So, we have x squared. I-square na natin yung unang term which is x. Then, change the sign. Kung siya ay negative, gawin mo siyang positive. And next, multiply the two terms. So, x times 2 is 2x. And square the last term. So, ang last term natin is 2. So, this will become 4. And those are the factors of x cubed minus 8. So, ang factors natin, x squared x minus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 4. So, pag minultiply mo yan, ang lalabas dyan is yung x cubed minus 8. Okay, another. Kuha naman tayo ng my numbers. For example, 27m cube minus 64n cube. Okay. So, 27 and 64, alamin muna natin ano ba ang mga cube root niyan. So, for 27, ang cube root niyan is 3 and for 64, ang cube root niyan is 4. So, first, we will get the cube root of 27m cube, which is 3m. Then, copy the sign, which is negative. And then, for the second term, kuhanin natin yung cube root ng 64, which is 4. And then, for the n cube is n. So, that is our binomial. And for our trinomial, kuhanin natin, squared natin yung 3m squared. Then, kung siya ay minus, gawin natin siyang plus. Then, 3m times 4n. I-multiply natin yung dalawa. And for the last, we have to get the square of the last term. Okay. So, simplifying, we have 3m squared is 9m squared. Then, 3m times 4m is plus 12mn, and the last one is squared, the 4n is 16n squared. Okay, so the factors of 27m cubed minus 64n cubed is equal to 3m minus 4n times 9m squared plus 12mn plus 16n squared. So, ang technique lang dito, alamin nyo muna kung siya ay perfect cube or kung ano ba siya para alam mo kung ano yung gagamitin mo na factoring method. Kung siya ay perfect square, yung unahan at saka hulihan, therefore, ang gagamitin mo ay yung difference of two squares. Pero kung siya ay katulad nito, na cube, parehas na perfect cube, yung una at saka huli. Therefore, ang gagamitin mo naman is yung sum and difference of two cubes. Okay, next, we will discuss about the PST or the perfect square trinomial. Isa din to sa pinakamadali kasi doon sa ating special products, ito yung square nga binomial. Dito naman, ang kabaligtaran niya is the perfect square trinomial. So, papaano yon? For example, we have x squared plus 6x plus 9. So, ang gagawin mo diyan, tingnan mo yung unahan, trinomial tayo ha, yung unahan at hulihan kung siya ay perfect square. Okay. So, perfect square po siya. So, ang gagawin natin, get the square root of the first term. Kuhanin mo yung square root. So, square root of x squared is x. And then, get the square root of the last term. Ang square root ng last term is 3. Okay. Then, tingnan mo kung ano yung sign ng nasa gitna. So, ang sign ng gitna ng term natin is plus. And then, we have squared. So, ibig sabihin, x plus 3 quantity squared. Or, pwede mo rin siyang isulat na x plus 3 times x plus 3. Okay. So, para maniwala kayo na siya ay kabaligtaran lamang nung square ng binomial, isolve natin ang x plus 3 squared using the technique or the steps in square ng binomial. So, sabi ko kanina, square the first term. So, in-square natin x squared. Then, plus 2 times. Multiply the two terms, yung x times 3. So, we have 3x. Then, square the last term. Ang square ng last term is 3 times 3. So, we have 9. And simplifying, we have x squared plus 6x plus 9. Ayun siya doon sa taas. So, yung PST, yung perfect square trinomial, is the counterpart of the squaring of a binomial. Halimbawa naman, x squared minus 10x plus 25. So, nakita natin, perfect square yung unahan, perfect square yung hulihan. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, okay. So, get the square root. So, we have x, 25. Square root of 25 is 5. Then, just copy the sign in the middle term and raise to 2. Again, kinuha natin ang square root, which is x, square root of 25, which is 5, and then just copy the sign in the middle term, which is negative. Kaya siya naging negative dito, then squared lang natin. Okay, another, try natin. Halimbawa naman, 2x plus 3 squared. Halimbawa, dito muna given tayo. So, para makuha natin kung ano yung kanyang trinomial, gawin muna natin yung square ng binomial. So, we have 2x squared plus 2 times, ano yung number? So, we have 2x at saka 3 plus, ano yung last term natin? We have 3, so 3 squared. So, simplifying what is our trinomial, the perfect square trinomial? 2x quantity squared is 4x squared. Then 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 plus 12x. And then the last term is 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, so eto na, meron na tayong perfect square trinomial. Para makuha natin, yung ibalik natin doon sa ating factors, ano ang cube root nitong dalawa. So, cube root of 4x squared is 2x. Cube root ng 9 is 3. Then, ano yung sign na nasa gitna? Plus. Okay, for this example, we need to get the factors of the first and the last term. So, for 15, x squared, we have 5x times 3x. We also have 10x times x. And then for negative 10, factors are negative 10, positive 1, negative 1, positive 10, negative 5, positive 2, and negative 2, positive 5. So, ang una natin gagawin, since this is a trial and error, so pagsasamahin natin ang factors ng 15x squared and the factors of negative 10. So, let us try first. So, let us use 5x minus 10 and 3x plus 1. Okay. So, eto, check muna natin. Negative 10 times 3x is negative 30x. And then, here, 5 times 1, 5x times 1 is positive 5x. Pag pinag-minus natin ang negative 30x plus 5x, pag pinag-add natin yung negative 30x plus 5x, this will result to negative 25x. Ang kailangan natin is positive 19. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung 5x minus 10 at saka 3x plus 1 is not a factor, are not factors of 15x squared plus 19x minus 10. Okay. So, let's start again, another trial. So, let us use 5x plus 2 and 3x minus 5. So, hanapin natin. So, 5x plus 2, 3x minus 5. So, this is 6x. And this is 5 times 5, negative 25x. if you add 6x plus negative 25x, we will get negative 19x. Negative 19x, positive yung ating hinahanap. So, isa pa ulit. Ibig sabihin, yung 5x squared, 5x plus 2 times 3x minus 5 is not a factor of the polynomial. How about we interchange the sign of negative and positive 5. Yung positive 2 gawin nating negative 2 at yung positive 5 gawin nating yung negative 5 gawin natin positive 2. So, baliktarin natin yung sign ng dalawa. So, here we go. So, 5x minus 2 times 3x plus 5. Okay. So, let us add this. Negative 2, or let us multiply this. Negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. And etong nasa ilalim, 5x times 5 is 25x. If you add negative 6x to positive 25x, the resulting is 19x. So, therefore, the factors of 15x squared plus 19x minus 10 are 5x minus 2 and 3x plus 5. So, if you want to check if your answer is correct, you can use the FOIL method. So, pwede naman na i-FOIL method din yun. Okay, halimbawa naman, ang given natin ay ito. So, ito ay combination ng different factoring methods. So, we have 2x squared plus 20x plus 50. So, iisipin mo, ano ba ang factors niya? Ang una mong gagawin dito is hanapan mo muna siya ng common monomial. So, what is the common between 2x squared, 20x, and 50? So, mapapansin natin, all the three numbers are divisible by 2. So, ilabas natin yung 2. So, we have 2 times 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. Then, 20x divided by 2 is 10x. And then, 50 divided by 2 is 25. Okay. Now, i-check nyo naman. Ano ba ang gagamitin kong sunod na factoring? Okay, nalabas ko na yung common monomial. I-check ko muna yung trinomial. So, ang pamimilian nyo lang naman sa trinomial is either PST, yung perfect square trinomial, or the FOIL, or the trial and error method. Sorry. Okay. Nakita natin yung una at saka ito, at saka yung hulihan, are perfect squares. So, therefore, we will use the PST or the perfect square trinomial. So, just copy 2. Again, get the square root of x squared, which is x. Get the square root of 25, which is 5. Copy the sign of the middle term, which is plus. And then, squared. So, that is the factor of 2x squared plus 20x plus 50. Una natin ginawa, kinuha muna natin ang common monomial, and then we proceed to the next factoring method, which is perfect square trinomial. So, ang tawag dito ay factoring completely. So, sa bawat numbers na makikita nyo, check nyo muna, ang unang gagawin is i-check kung siya ba ay may common monomial. Kung siya ay walang common at hindi mo siya mahanapan, you can choose from the 5 factoring methods kung ano yung gagamitin mo. Tandaan, kapag common monomial, ang kailangan mo gawin, i-check mo kung yung kanilang common numbers. Next, for the PST, perfect square trinomial, ang hahanapin mo dun is yung una at huli. I-check mo kung yung una, yung first term and the third term are perfect squares. Kung siya ay perfect square, yung una at saka hulihan, then you will use the perfect square trinomial. Halimbawa naman, for the binomial naman, ang binomial ay perfect square yung unahan at saka perfect square yung hulihan, then separated by a minus sign. halimbawa is x squared minus y squared, napansin mo na parehas silang perfect square. So, you will use the difference of two squares or the DTS. Another naman kapag binomial. Kapag binomial naman, ang nakita mo ay perfect cube, yung dalawa. So, pag binomial, dalawang terms lamang yon. So, binomial, perfect cube yung isa, yung una, and perfect cube yung second term. So, therefore, you will use the sum and difference of two cubes. And then the last one, kapag na-given naman ay trinomial, yung trinomial ay hindi perfect square yung last term or the third term, then you will use the the trial and error factoring method. Okay. So, itong mga ito ay very essential to the next topic, which is simplifying rational expressions, which is P over Q. So, yun ay fraction na ang taas ay variables, may variables, at saka ang denominator ay may variables. So, start muna tayo sa basic. We will start with simplifying rational expressions, and then evaluation of rational expressions, and then we have the multiplication and division of rational expressions. So, all these factoring methods and special products will be used in our next topic, which is all about the rational expression. So, kakailanganin natin ito once we study the addition and the subtraction of rational expression. So, for now, please remember all the factoring methods and the special products that I taught you, kasi those are very essentials in the next topics in this subject.